Welcome to this explainer. Okay, get ready because today we're unrolling the absolute master blueprint for building undeniable personal and professional connections. I want you to think of every single interaction you have as a massive construction project. Today, we're looking at the architecture of effective communication, and we're going to give you the exact schematics you need to build relationships that truly stand the test of time. But hey, before we break ground, let me ask you something kind of weird. Is talking to your dog actually communication? It sounds a little funny, right? I mean, we all do that high-pitched baby talk with our pets, but does it count as real communication in a formal sense? Keep that right in the back of your mind, because the scope of what we're about to build today is vast, and the answer might totally surprise you. Here's the architectural blueprint we'll be following today. 1. The foundation of connection. 2. Words and beyond words. 3. The power of your voice. 4. Expanding your audience. And 5. The bridge to success. All right, let's jump right into section 1, the foundation of connection. This is the base of our blueprint. In our incredibly fast-changing world, communication isn't just some nice-to-have soft skill. It's a literal survival mechanism. Just like eating or breathing, it is absolutely essential for your personal growth and for the productivity of any organization you're a part of. Because communication is a continuous two-way process between a sender and a receiver to exchange ideas, thoughts, and information. It is not just shouting your opinions into a void. If you're just talking and no one is receiving or understanding you, well, you aren't communicating. Without this foundational cycle, the structure of any relationship or business will eventually just crack and crumble. Moving right along to section 2, words and beyond words. These are the pillars of our delivery. So, now that we've poured the foundation, we need to physically construct our message. And we use two main pillars for this. First up is oral communication. Think speeches, group discussions, your everyday conversations. This is where you leverage direct interaction to express ideas clearly and confidently. The second pillar is written communication, like reports, emails, proposals, and manuals. While oral communication brings that immediate confidence and human connection, written communication gives you absolute clarity, accuracy, and critically, a permanent record. They are both incredibly vital, but they serve entirely different structural purposes. But listen, words alone, they just aren't enough. Nonverbal communication is the whole other half of the equation here. Facial expressions, eye contact, gestures, posture, hand movements, even your personal appearance. You can actually think of these unspoken signals as the reinforcing steel rebar hidden inside concrete. They might not be the literal words you hear, but they are the structure that supports and strengthens your verbal messages, making sure your exact meaning doesn't collapse under pressure. Next up, section 3, the power of your voice, or the acoustics of our building. Okay, we've built the walls, so let's step inside and check those acoustics. We're talking about paralinguistic elements. That's just a fancy way of describing the features related to exactly how you deliver your speech. This is where communication gets truly dynamic. We have 3 main elements to play with: volume, pitch, and pace. Volume is the loudness or softness of your voice. For instance, I can completely drop my volume all the way down to a whisper, or I can raise it right back up to make a crucial point. Pitch is whether a sound is high, like a whistle, or low, like a drum. And pace, well, that's your speed. I can slow my words way, way down to build a little suspense, or I can speak incredibly fast to show you exactly how excitement completely changes the energy of the message. It's all about how you play the instrument of your voice. To really master those acoustics, you want to focus on 3 steps for perfecting your voice delivery. Number 1, use pauses. Sometimes silence is your absolute best tool to emphasize an important point and let your listener digest the information. Number 2, focus on articulation. You have to speak your words cleanly and correctly so the listener actually understands you. And number 3, apply voice modulation. Changing up your tone, your pitch, and your volume is literally the best way to express genuine emotion and keep your audience deeply, entirely engaged. All right, section 4, expanding your audience. It's time to scale this structure up. Let's take this whole communication thing from the inside of our own minds all the way out to the masses. Notice the prefix difference between intrapersonal and interpersonal. Intra refers to communicating with yourself. Think about your self-analysis, your meditation, your inner thoughts. This is how you understand your own emotions and your own goals. Contrast that with interpersonal communication, which happens between 2 or more people. This is your workplace interactions and your daily conversations. Basically, interpersonal builds your self-awareness, while interpersonal is how you build trust, cooperation, and positive relationships with the rest of the world. And hey, here's the answer to that question from the very beginning of this explainer. Extrapersonal communication. Yes, talking to your dog absolutely counts. No way, right?
Extrapersonal communication is the interaction between humans and non-human beings. When you talk to your pet and they respond with a wagging tail, a meow, or a bark, you are engaging in a documented, formal communication process. I love that this is officially on the blueprint. But to really scale our building to the sky, we have to look at mass and media communication. Mass communication utilizes channels like newspapers, TV, radio, and films to spread awareness and education to a huge audience all at once. Media communication takes that a step further into the digital realm with computers, mobile phones, and internet platforms. Today, these electronic and digital channels have become the single most influential mediums for spreading information across our entire society. Which brings us to Section 5, the bridge to success. This is our final construction.
We're in a final phase now. Why does all this architecture actually matter? Because mastering these skills literally transforms you. Strong communication helps you build better relationships, improve teamwork, express your ideas effectively, develop unshakable confidence, and ultimately achieve incredible professional success. Whether you're speaking, writing, or just managing your body language, communication is not just about sending a message. It is about creating true, undeniable understanding. It makes you a better leader, a better professional, and a much better member of society. I want to leave you with this really powerful thought drawn directly from our source material. Effective communication is the bridge that connects people, ideas, and success. Let that metaphor really sink in for a second. Every word you say, every email you write, and every gesture you make is another plank on that bridge. So here is my final question for you to really think about today. How strong is your bridge? Are your nonverbal cues actually reinforcing your words? Are you modulating your voice to keep people engaged? Are you truly listening as much as you're speaking? Take a hard look at your own communication blueprint today and start building stronger, more successful connections. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I will see you next time.